My friends, the true power of life is not found in the noise of the world, nor in the storms that rage outside of us, but in the calmness we cultivate within. A calm mind is a fortress. It is a shield that protects you from fear, from doubt, and from the chaos that seeks to control the untrained soul. Understand this: every man and woman faces storms. No one escapes difficulty. But the difference between the one who rises and the one who falls lies in mastery over the mind. The weak spirit reacts, the strong spirit responds. The trained mind does not shatter under pressure. It steadies itself, and in its calmness it finds the wisdom to act rightly. Think about the moments when anger has ruled you, when worry has paralyzed you, when fear has made you tremble. Did those emotions bring solutions? No, they only made the problem greater. But when you quiet the storm within, you gain the vision to see clearly, the strength to endure, and the patience to wait for the right moment to move. Calmness is not weakness, it is supreme strength. The man who cannot control his emotions is like a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave. But the man who trains his mind to be calm directs his destiny as a captain commands his vessel. How do you train your mind to be calm? You must practice. Just as the body grows strong through exercise, so the mind grows strong through discipline. Begin with small things. When irritation rises, pause. When fear whispers, breathe deeply. When anger stirs, hold your tongue. Each time you master a little moment, you prepare yourself for the greater battles ahead. The world belongs to those who remain steady while others lose their balance. Opportunities flow to those who do not panic, but instead keep their composure when all around them is collapsing. Hear me well, you cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to ride them. You cannot prevent the storm, but you can build an anchor within your soul so strong that nothing can move you. A calm mind attracts solutions. A calm mind invites abundance. A calm mind draws strength from the unseen powers of the universe. And the man who learns to be calm in every situation becomes unstoppable, because nothing outside of him has the power to shake what is rooted deep within. So train yourself daily, make calmness your habit. Build an inner world so strong, so steady, that no circumstance, no criticism, no loss, no betrayal can touch your peace. When others rage, you will remain steady. When others doubt, you will remain faithful. When others break, you will stand unshaken. Remember this truth: the calm mind is the master key to every treasure of life. Guard it, build it, live by it, and when the storms come, as they always will, you will not only endure them, you will rise above them. Calmness, my friends, is not a luxury reserved for the few. It is the foundation of true power. It is the invisible fortress that shields the spirit from collapse when life hurls its fiercest storms against us. To the untrained mind, calmness may appear to be passivity, but in reality, it is the highest demonstration of strength a human being can possess. For the man or woman who remains calm while the world around them trembles, holds in their grasp a power greater than wealth, greater than armies, greater even than circumstance itself. Think for a moment of the battles you have faced in your life. Recall the times when anger took control, when fear seized your thoughts, when doubt consumed your spirit. In those moments, did you grow stronger or did you grow weaker? Did you find solutions or did you only magnify the problem? The truth is undeniable. When the mind is disturbed, the body follows. When the heart is restless, judgment falters. But when the mind is steady, when calmness reigns within, then the individual becomes as unshakable as a mountain rooted in the earth. Calmness is not given to us by chance. It is built by training. A fortress is not erected in a day, and neither is a calm mind formed overnight. It is forged in the fire of discipline, brick by brick, choice by choice, until at last it stands tall and immovable. The weak man reacts to every insult, every change in the wind, every trial that crosses his path. He is like a leaf carried by the river, helpless against the current. But the strong man, the strong man is different. He is the captain of his soul. He feels the waves, he sees the storm, but within him is an anchor no force of nature can unroot. Understand this well. Calmness is not the absence of difficulty, but the mastery of self in the midst of difficulty. The calm mind does not escape storms, it endures them with dignity. It does not run from challenges, it meets them with clarity and focus. It does not surrender to fear, it silences fear with unshaken faith. You must learn to think of calmness as the seat of your power, for the world respects the man who keeps his composure under fire. Business leaders rise not because they never face problems, but because they meet crises with a calm vision. Warriors are honored not because they avoid battle, but because they remain steady while others panic. And you, in your own life, will succeed not because you escape struggle, but because you keep yourself composed when struggle arrives. Calmness is the foundation of sound decision. It is the soil in which wisdom grows. A restless mind is blinded by emotion, but a calm mind sees clearly, and when you can see clearly, you can act rightly. The one who loses control of his emotions loses control of his destiny, but the one who governs his inner world governs his future. Make no mistake, my friend, calmness is a choice. Every time you are tempted to be angry, you have a choice. Every time fear whispers its poison in your ear, you have a choice. Every time the world shakes you, you have a choice. Do you yield to the storm, or do you stand as the fortress? With each choice, you either strengthen your walls or allow them to crumble. Remember, a calm mind is not something you merely admire. It is something you must build. Train yourself in small moments, for life will test you in great ones. When irritation arises, pause instead of speaking rashly. When worry attacks, breathe instead of surrendering. When disappointment knocks at your door, stand tall instead of bowing your head. Each of these moments is a stone laid upon the fortress. Soon you will discover something remarkable. The world may still shout, but you will no longer be disturbed. The storm may still rage, but you will no longer be moved. People may still betray, life may still test, but you will remain rooted in the calmness that you yourself have built. And in that calmness you will find strength beyond measure, strength that no circumstance can defeat, strength that no hardship can break, strength that no enemy can overcome. For calmness is the hidden fortress of the soul. Guard it, strengthen it, live in it, and from within that fortress you will face life not as a victim, but as a master, steady, powerful, and unshaken. There is a vast difference between reaction and response, and it is this difference that separates the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the extraordinary, the lost from the victorious. Life does not measure you by how much you avoid challenges. It measures you by how you handle them. And in every situation, there are only two paths before you: to react without thought or to respond with wisdom. The untrained mind reacts. It lashes out in anger, it trembles in fear, it collapses in doubt. A reaction is instinctive, impulsive, uncontrolled. It is the knee-jerk movement of a soul not yet disciplined, a spirit still enslaved by its emotions. Reactions often create deeper wounds than the problem itself. A word spoken in rage, a decision made in panic, an action taken in fear, all these become chains that bind the individual long after the moment has passed. But the trained mind, the disciplined soul, does not fall into the trap of reaction. It chooses to respond. A response is deliberate. A response is controlled. A response is the fruit of calm reflection and steady judgment. When you respond, you rise above the heat of the moment and choose the action that will serve your highest good. The man who reacts is a slave to circumstance. The man who responds is the master of it. Think of the battlefield of life. The one who reacts charges blindly, wasting his strength, losing his direction, and falling into traps. But the one who responds studies the field, measures his steps, and chooses his strike with precision. Victory does not belong to the one who moves first. It belongs to the one who moves wisely. Consider the many times in your own journey where a reaction brought regret. Perhaps you spoke too quickly, only to wish later you had remained silent. Perhaps you acted in fear, only to discover you gave away your power. Perhaps you rushed into something without thought, only to pay the price for years to come. These are the scars left behind by the chains of reaction. Now imagine if in those very same moments you had paused. Imagine if you had taken a breath, calmed your mind, and chosen to respond instead of react. How much pain would you have spared yourself? How many opportunities would you have seized instead of lost? How much further would you have advanced on the path of success? This is the true measure of growth, not in avoiding storms, but in mastering the art of response when storms arrive. To live a life of strength, you must discipline yourself to break free from the prison of reaction. Do not allow your tongue to speak before your mind has weighed the cost. Do not allow your hands to move before your vision has seen the consequence. Do not allow your heart to tremble before your spirit has remembered its power. In every moment, give yourself the space to choose, not the lesser path of reaction, but the greater path of response. The greatest leaders of history were not those who reacted to every insult or every threat. They were the ones who remained composed while others panicked, who responded with vision while others collapsed in fear. The world follows not the one who is loudest, but the one who is calmest, clearest, and most deliberate in action. So how do you build the power to respond rather than react? You begin in small ways. When anger arises, do not let it speak for you. Count to 10 if you must, but hold your tongue until wisdom has caught up to emotion. When fear knocks, breathe deeply and remind yourself that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. When doubt whispers, do not let it paralyze you. Choose to move forward anyway, but with thought and care. Each small victory strengthens your ability to respond. Over time, you will notice a great change within you. Where once you were quick to anger, now you are measured in speech. Where once fear drove your choices, now courage steadies your hand. Where once every insult wounded you, now you stand unmoved, for you have built the power to respond instead of react. This, my friend, is mastery of self, and mastery of self is the key to mastery of destiny. For when you no longer hand control of your life to every passing emotion, you reclaim your power. You are no longer a puppet of circumstance. You are the author of your future. Remember always, reaction is weakness, response is strength. Reaction is bondage, response is freedom. Reaction destroys, but response builds, and the one who chooses response over reaction has already chosen the path of victory. There is a hidden truth that governs every life. The emotions you fail to master will eventually master you. Anger, worry, fear, these are not merely feelings that pass through the heart. They are forces, and when left unchecked, they have the power to dismantle everything you have built. They are thieves of progress, robbers of peace, destroyers of destiny. Think carefully. How many dreams have been abandoned because of fear? How many relationships have been broken because of uncontrolled anger? How many opportunities have slipped away because worry paralyzed the mind? The cost of emotions without control is immeasurable. They do not only steal moments, they steal years. They do not only create temporary setbacks, they create permanent scars. Anger, left unchecked, is like fire in the hands of a child. It burns not only those around you, but it burns you most of all. It blinds the eyes, closes the ears, and makes the tongue a weapon sharper than any sword. Words spoken in anger cannot be recalled, and the damage they cause often outlives the moment itself. A man may build for decades, but one uncontrolled outburst can destroy what he has worked for in an instant. Worry is no less destructive. Worry is imagination used against oneself. It is the mind creating problems that often never come to pass. Yet the energy wasted in worry is energy stolen from creation, from action, from progress. Worry drains the soul of strength before the battle has even begun. It chains the spirit to imagined disasters, leaving no room for victory. A worried mind is like a bird with clipped wings. It was made to soar, but it cannot rise above the ground. And then there is fear. Fear is the most cunning of them all, for it whispers so softly that you often mistake it for wisdom. It says, "Wait, do not try, do not risk, stay where you are," but in truth, fear is the voice of paralysis, the assassin of greatness. More dreams have been buried by fear than by failure. Failure can be overcome, but fear prevents you from ever beginning. Understand this clearly. Emotions in themselves are not the enemy. Anger is natural, worry is natural, fear is natural. But when these emotions rule you, when they sit upon the throne of your mind, they strip you of your power. They drive you to make poor decisions, to speak unwise words, to shrink from the opportunities meant for you. Emotions are meant to serve you, not enslave you. The man who cannot control his emotions cannot control his destiny. He may dream, but he will not build. He may begin, but he will not finish. For every time he is tested, his own emotions will betray him. Yet the man who rules his emotions is as steady as a rock. He may feel anger, but he will not be driven by it. He may feel fear, but he will not bow to it. He may feel worry, but he will not allow it to rob his courage. Such a man is unstoppable, for he has mastered the battlefield within. The question, then, is how do you bring your emotions under control? The answer is practice. Just as a wild horse must be tamed, so must the emotions be trained. You cannot silence them, but you can direct them. When anger rises, train yourself to pause, to breathe, to delay the impulse to act. When worry stirs, discipline your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems. When fear whispers, teach yourself to move forward anyway, for courage is born not in the absence of fear, but in the decision to act despite it. Each small act of control builds strength. Each victory over emotion, however small, adds another brick to the fortress of self-mastery. Over time, you will discover that what once ruled you now obeys you. What once weakened you now strengthens you. The very emotions that once destroyed your progress can, when controlled, become fuel for your advancement. Anger, directed rightly, becomes passion. Worry, transformed, becomes careful planning. Fear, conquered, becomes courage. This is the secret. You do not eliminate your emotions, you elevate them. You make them servants instead of masters. You place them under your command and use their energy to push you forward rather than hold you back. So guard your progress. Do not let a moment of rage undo years of work. Do not let days of worry steal your joy. Do not let fear chain you to mediocrity. You were not born to be ruled by your emotions. You were born to rule them. And once you do, you will find yourself advancing with steady steps, no longer stopped, no longer delayed, but moving ever forward toward the destiny that awaits you. For emotions without control destroy progress, but emotions mastered, directed, and disciplined will carry you to greatness. Calmness is not a gift that arrives by chance, nor is it a quality that simply appears in times of need. It is a discipline, a habit, a daily practice. Just as a strong body is forged through repeated exercise, a calm mind is built through repeated choices. You cannot expect to remain steady in the great storms of life if you have not trained yourself to be steady in the small winds that blow each day. Many people wait for calmness to descend upon them like a blessing from above. They think that when trouble comes, they will somehow find the strength to remain composed, but this is an illusion. Calmness is not created in the crisis. It is revealed in the crisis. If you have not practiced calmness in the quiet moments, you will not possess it when the storm arrives. You cannot harvest what you did not sow. Think of the soldier who trains long before the battle begins. He practices his drills until they become second nature. When war comes, he does not panic because he has already faced countless battles in his training. The same is true for you. If you wish to remain calm when your life is tested, you must train your mind daily until calmness becomes your natural state. The practice begins with small things. Irritations will visit you each day. Someone may cut across your path, words may be spoken that prick your pride, tasks may not go as planned. Each of these moments is an opportunity to practice calmness. Do not dismiss them as trivial, for they are the very training ground of greatness. If you cannot master yourself in the small trials, how will you master yourself in the great ones? Pause when you feel irritation rising. Take a breath when impatience tempts you to react. Hold your tongue when anger pushes you to speak rashly. Every time you choose calmness over agitation, you strengthen the muscles of self-control. Every time you restrain an impulse, you add another stone to the fortress of your mind. Over time, calmness becomes your default response, not because the world has grown easier, but because you have grown stronger. It is not enough to practice once and forget. The secret is in repetition. A man does not grow strong by lifting a weight once, but by lifting it daily. A woman does not gain mastery of her craft by working only when she feels inspired, but by practicing faithfully day after day. The same principle governs the mind. You cannot build calmness through occasional effort. You must live it, breathe it, practice it until it becomes woven into your very nature. When you do this, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice that situations which once disturbed you no longer hold power over you. The words that once wounded you deeply now glance off your shield of composure. The delays, the inconveniences, the disappointments that once ruined your peace now pass by as lightly as clouds across the sky. And with this newfound calmness, you gain clarity. You see more clearly, think more wisely, and act more effectively, because your judgment is no longer clouded by agitation. Daily practice of calmness is also the greatest investment you can make for your future. For life will not spare you from storms. Hardship will come, challenges will rise, losses will test you, and betrayals may wound you. If you have neglected the daily training of your mind, such moments will crush you. But if you have practiced calmness daily, you will stand as steady as the mountain, unmoved by the winds that flatten others. Do not underestimate the power of small disciplines. A moment of calmness practiced today prepares you for the trial that awaits tomorrow. Every day offers you countless chances to build the strength of composure, if only you are willing to seize them. And each day you do, you prepare yourself for the day when the stakes are higher and the test is greater. Calmness must be your daily companion, not an occasional guest. Make it your morning ritual, your midday practice, your evening reflection. Train your mind as faithfully as you would train your body. In doing so, you will not need to hope for calmness in the future. You will carry it with you at all times as a permanent possession, as a weapon that no force on earth can take from you. Remember this truth. Greatness is not built in grand moments, but in daily habits. And calmness, practiced daily, will become not only your habit, but your nature. It will shield you in battle, guide you in decision, and sustain you in hardship. And when others fall, you will stand, not because the storm is less fierce for you, but because you have trained daily to remain calm no matter how fierce it becomes. There is a hidden law that governs the mind. Solutions do not come to the restless. They come to the calm. When the waters of a lake are disturbed, they reflect nothing but chaos. But when the waters are still, they mirror the sky with perfect clarity. So it is with your mind. A restless mind sees only confusion, but a calm mind becomes the mirror through which truth, ideas, and opportunities reveal themselves. Think of the times when panic ruled your decisions. Did you find wisdom in those moments? Or did you stumble into greater mistakes? Panic blinds the eyes of understanding. Worry fogs the vision of opportunity. Fear drowns the voice of inspiration. But calmness clears the clouds, and in that clarity, the right path becomes visible. The man who is calm, even in difficulty, attracts answers that evade the one who is frantic. He is like a magnet to solutions. While others scatter in confusion, he remains still enough to hear the whisper of intuition, to see the opening others overlook, to recognize the door hidden in the wall of trouble. Calmness sharpens perception, and perception is the key to progress. Opportunities, too, are drawn to the calm spirit. Consider this: who would you trust in a time of crisis? The one who shouts, panics, and loses control, or the one who stands steady, composed, confident? The world naturally leans on those who remain calm under pressure. Business leaders, partners, and allies are attracted to the individual who does not collapse when the load is heavy. Calmness makes you a pillar others can lean upon, and in being that pillar, opportunities flow to you. Calmness also carries a silent energy. People feel it when you enter a room. They sense the steadiness, the inner control, the quiet power. And because calmness is rare in a world filled with restlessness, it becomes a light that draws others in. People are drawn to the calm spirit as travelers are drawn to a lighthouse in the storm. This attraction brings with it trust, and trust is the soil in which opportunity grows. When your mind is calm, creativity awakens. The best ideas do not come when the mind is crowded with noise. They arrive when it is clear, when it is still. Many of the greatest discoveries and breakthroughs in history came not in moments of struggle, but in moments of calm reflection. The calm mind hears what the rushing mind misses. It sees connections invisible to the hurried. It discovers possibilities hidden from the anxious. To build this calmness, you must train yourself not to chase after solutions in desperation, but to quiet your mind until the solution appears. Do not mistake this for passivity. Calmness is not the absence of action. It is the preparation for the right action. The frantic man takes 10 steps in the wrong direction. The calm man takes 1 step, but it is the right step, and so he arrives sooner. Imagine 2 men facing the same problem. The first allows fear to rule him. He rushes, he guesses, he makes hasty decisions, and each one deepens the problem. The second remains calm. He observes, he reflects. He waits until he sees clearly, then acts decisively. Which man succeeds? It is always the one who remains calm, for the calm mind chooses rightly, while the frantic mind destroys its own path. Opportunities also arrive in disguise. Sometimes they come hidden in problems, sometimes wrapped in setbacks, sometimes clothed in failure. Only the calm mind can recognize them. The restless man sees only the problem, only the loss, only the pain. But the calm man looks deeper and sees the seed of opportunity within the difficulty. He does not cry over the door that has closed, for he is too busy noticing the new door that has opened. This is why calmness is more than a state of being. It is a magnet for success. It pulls toward you the people, the ideas, the solutions, and the opportunities that the restless spirit drives away. It is the invisible force that makes you a leader, a creator, a builder of destiny. So guard your calmness as you would guard a treasure chest of gold, for in truth it is worth far more. Gold can be spent and lost, but calmness, once cultivated, continues to bring solutions and opportunities for a lifetime. And with every solution gained, with every opportunity seized, your life expands in ways that panic, fear, and worry could never have delivered. Remember this: the calm mind does not chase opportunity, it attracts it. It does not beg for solutions, they come willingly to it. Train your mind to be calm, and you will find that the very things you once pursued desperately will begin to pursue you. There is no higher achievement in the training of the mind than to reach the point where nothing can disturb your inner peace. When you build an unshakable calmness, you rise to mastery over life itself. For what can the world do to a man who cannot be moved? What power does circumstance hold over a spirit that refuses to be broken? The answer is none. The storms will still come, the betrayals, the losses, the hardships, the delays. They will visit you as they visit all. But when calmness has become the very foundation of your being, you will stand in the midst of it all like a mountain rooted deep in the earth. The winds may howl, the rains may fall, but you will not be moved. This is mastery. not over the world, but over yourself. And the one who masters himself, in truth, masters the world. Think of the man who is easily shaken. Every insult cuts him. Every setback discourages him. Every change in fortune sends him into panic. Such a man is at the mercy of life. He is ruled by forces outside himself. His peace belongs not to him, but to the world. If people praise him, he is happy. If they criticize, he collapses. If times are good, he believes in himself. If times are bad, he despairs. This is not mastery, this is slavery. Now think of the man who has built unshakable calmness. He does not crumble under criticism, nor does he become arrogant under praise. He does not quit when the path grows difficult, nor does he become reckless when fortune smiles. He remains steady, balanced, grounded in his own center. He is not controlled by outer conditions, for his peace comes from within. Such a man cannot be bought, cannot be broken, cannot be defeated. He is free because he belongs only to himself. Unshakable calmness is the essence of true power. Armies may rise and fall, fortunes may be made and lost, but the man who possesses inner calmness holds a strength that cannot be taken. This is why calmness is the highest mastery, because it places your destiny entirely in your own hands. No enemy can rob you of it, no circumstance can steal it, no disaster can destroy it, but make no mistake, this mastery does not arrive without effort, it is not given, it is earned. You build it through practice, through discipline, through the daily decision to remain steady when everything urges you to collapse. Every test you endure without losing your calm adds to your strength. Every storm you face without panic roots you deeper. Every hardship you accept without bitterness expands your capacity for peace. Slowly, quietly, steadily, your calmness becomes unshakable, and once it is unshakable, the world begins to bend to you. For people are drawn to those who cannot be moved. They look to you in crisis, they follow you in uncertainty, they trust you in difficulty. Opportunities flow to the steady spirit because the world is in constant search of stability. In a sea of restless souls, the calm one becomes a lighthouse. More than this, unshakable calmness opens the door to wisdom, for only when the heart is still can truth be heard. The mind clouded by fear cannot see clearly, the heart disturbed by anger cannot discern rightly. But when calmness reigns, insight flows, intuition speaks, and wisdom rises. From this place of inner mastery, every decision is sharpened, every action strengthened. Understand this truth: when you cannot be moved, you cannot be stopped. Life may throw you into the fire, but you will walk through without being consumed. It may bury you in darkness, but you will emerge without losing your light. It may strip you of possessions, relationships, or comforts, but it will never strip you of your greatest treasure, your calmness. And with that calmness intact, you can rebuild, recover, and rise again. This is the destiny of the one who trains his mind until calmness is unshakable. He does not merely survive life, he masters it. He does not merely endure the storm, he commands it. He does not live as a prisoner of chance, he lives as the author of his fate. So commit yourself to this path. Build your calmness until nothing can break it. Guard it as your crown jewel, for it is greater than wealth, greater than position, greater than power. With unshakable calmness, you have within you a strength that nothing outside of you can conquer. And when the final storms of life come, as they one day will, you will not tremble, you will not collapse, you will not surrender, you will stand unshaken, master not only of yourself, but of life itself.